Today I am going to give you my thoughts on this LP, which is called The Beach Boys Studio Sessions 61-62, and this album contains the very first studio recordings, or not all of them, but anyway, the so-called greatest hits from those three different sessions arranged in 61 and 62 with the original group. And this is a very fascinating LP. It's not really like a listening pleasure for a music listener per se, but it is most definitely a really interesting piece of history to own and to be able to hear. The idea in this video series is that I will be giving my thoughts and my reviews on each of my LPs on my shelf, and I will be starting chronologically with the Beach Boys stuff right now. And I know that I've already done album reviews of a lot of these already, but I'm probably gonna do, like, you know, second one because the previous ones basically were mostly just my English speaking practice exercises. So I'm gonna try now to concentrate more on the content actually than maybe my speaking ability. So without further ado, let's go into detail on this one. This is a really nice packaging. This was released 20 years ago, and like I said, this includes selected tracks from the recordings that Brian Wilson, Carl Wilson, Dennis Wilson, Alan Jardine and Mike Love obviously did for the Morgans. So this is a gatefold, and when you open this up you have a lot of text over here. You have stories by Dorinda Morgan and Dennis Dicken and Paul W. Urbans. I believe this is also called by the name of Lost and Found, correct me if I'm wrong, and this has probably been reissued in multiple different packagings. So this release contains of tracks including Luau, which is a track that was written by Bruce Morgan, who was the son of the Morgans, and also Barbie and What Is a Young Girl Made Of are songs here by Bruce Morgan. And this also has a different takes of the Beach Boys' first track, the first song that Mike and Brian wrote together, Surfing, obviously. This has multiple takes of that one and a little bit of studio chatter, and that's pretty much the first side of this one. And then the side B includes also Surfing Safari, multiple takes, and Surfer Girl, and also a track called Judy, which is a Brian Wilson song, and Beach Boys Stomp, also known as Karate, which is a track by Carl Wilson, and Lavender, which is a track that was written by Dorinda Morgan, Bruce's mother. So I don't really have that much to say about this, except that it's super interesting to hear them that young and that early in their career. And this, even though the production on this thing and these sessions is very minimalistic, it's very underproduced. You only have like 2 guitars, and mostly there's not even like a complete drum set. I think there is like a drum overdub on Surfing Safari on side B, but otherwise there's just like one snare drum or something like that. Like, it's very minimalistic, and obviously there's bass, but I'm not sure if they even used like a guitar bass. I think they used that what do you call that, you know, that that big thing. But what's interesting to me is that Carl was just 15 and his playing abilities are really good already here, even though he's just a kid. And not to mention, please just stay there. I'm bound to screw this up somehow. These things are glass. So anyway, the best part, I don't know what I was saying there, but anyway, the best part about these tracks is the vocals. It's incredible to hear Brian so clearly there. He was already a very skilled singer at this point in his career, when he was just starting up and he had only written maybe a handful of tunes. And here the whole group singing harmony, they sound like they've had already experience in recording. It's pretty incredible to think that this is like the first thing that the first sessions that they did in a studio. You can hear in the chatter and in the voices when they are starting, like just a few first notes when they start up a song. You can hear this nervousness in their voices. They are obviously a little bit scared of that situation that they are in over here, and you can definitely hear that there. But to me it's surprising to listen to this and to hear also the same time the professionalism that they had already as kids, young adults and kids, and that is pretty incredible. And how focused Brian sounds already here, and the whole group sings very well and plays very well together. You'd think that the thing would be much messier than what it actually is. I mean, obviously there is some screw-ups and timing issues and stuff like that in the playing, but overall they were already very skillful at this point in their career, when they had zero hits on the radio yet. So that is pretty incredible. So this is not really like an album that you want to listen to here and there, you know, like it's not like a I'm not like a big fan of listening to these recording session tapes and stuff like that. You wanna like listen to that maybe once or twice, but that's pretty much it. There's not really that much to discuss, I think, about these. Just mostly the historical aspect to them, and the same way that let's say the Smile sessions are super important from their later career, from a history perspective. This is also a super important piece of history of popular music, and I'm very glad that this exists, that we can go and listen to these takes and these tracks, because they really showcase the starting point of their career, which in my honest opinion was already pretty darn high. We already have here the harmony singing, the singing in general, the great leads, and Carl's great guitar work. But what we don't have here is obviously Brian's masterful production, which came in a few years later, but this is still really enjoyable listening experience. So if you are a Beach Boys fan, I highly recommend this for you. And this is pretty much it. This is all I had to say about this release. Next time I will be reviewing the Beach Boys' first studio album, Surfing Safari. I know I already have done a review of that, but I will be doing another one. As I said, I'm gonna be going through the whole thing, everything that I have here, and their solo work, and also a lot of other groups as well. But I figured that this is a pretty good starting point, because I have like probably like 40 releases by the Beach Boys over here, so that's like pretty much stuff which I want to showcase and spread the incredible joy of this music, which is to me, this stuff is very important. Listening to these records have been, Beach Boys records, has been for me very important, and the fact that I was able to find this stuff I would say pretty early in my life is an amazement. Really, it's really a miracle in a way, because this music has helped me through a lot of hard times, and that is why I want to also share this word with the world. So if you are a fanboy like me or fangirl of this stuff, good for you, and let's continue spreading this word of peace and everything, great music to the world. So hey, thanks for watching, and okay, that was maybe a bit too, was that a bit too much? No, it's true, really. I mean, this music is really especially when we go to the post 65 era of the Beach Boys, the music just gets so, to me personally, it gets very spiritual and very important for myself, and I bet a lot of you feel the same way as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just very special. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble already, so let's just end this video here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, give the thumbs up, and we'll see you again on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.